What does the film tell you? A lot of what we expected, and I think that probably a little bit more positive stuff than we have. I think we just thought doom and gloom from the after the game, but saw a lot of good things and just a few mistakes that I think would have changed the whole game. I mean, whether you count them with penalties or missed assignments or mental breakdowns, they can all be fixed. And so we had a good practice, good lift this morning, and we just focus on getting better and making sure that those things don't happen and show up this Saturday.
What were some of those positive things?
Well, I thought we controlled the line of scrimmage pretty well. I thought if you look at D-line wise, from our D-line perspective, that O-line gave a lot of different teams a hard time. They played Washington and handled the line of scrimmage pretty well, and I thought our guys played really, really well, especially since we use a three-man front for the most part and try to take away the run that way. And by taking one guy out, and I thought they dominated up front pretty well, D-line wise. And on the O-line side, I thought we did some really good things offensive line wise in the run game. We were chasing yards and got in trouble with some long distance yards. I think our average third down was 3rd and 9, and that's not really good for an O-line that we think is physical, can help in the run game. So those are the positives. There's a lot of others. I mean, I thought our kickoff cover and punt cover teams are really good, and we need to clean some things up on return games. But for the most part, we didn't turn the ball over as a team, which will help you win. And our guys, they played hard. The effort was there, and just need to have some smarter things happen, and that's stuff that we can fix, especially watching it on film. And our guys from today's practice, I think they've moved on, and we're excited about the next game.
Does the uncertainty of the venue impact you guys at all, your preparation?
No, I mean, so the main concern for our team is the people in Houston, and that's, I mean, all you have to do is watch the news and see everything that's happening there. So our concern is just hope that everyone's safe and that things can get taken care of down there. I'm not really worried about the football game, and that's people come first, So we'll figure out the rest later. I think we don't know any of the details, so we'll find out later. But our guys are mostly focused on trying to fix the mistakes that we made from last week, and then obviously just concerned for the people in Houston. A lot of our players and our team and myself, we have a lot of friends and family in that area, so that's just the main thing is concerned for that Houston great area.
The character of a team often is defined by how they respond to adversity.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple of those penalties that you talked about. Didn't seem like they bounced back real quick. The defense on that one drive gave up a couple of things, and then weren't able to get off the field. Is that something that needs to improve moving forward for the team, just the ability to be resilient in that sense?
Yeah, but I think the effort was there, whether nobody quit, that was good, and we just didn't execute very well. Obviously, you don't like starting a drive on 1st and 25, but we're expected to get first downs in that, and so just didn't work out. But our guys saw on film where the mistakes could be corrected, and they saw how we can get those first downs, and it's not something that's outside of the realm of what we can do with our ability and our talent level. So we feel good about that. Defensively, it's hard to keep an offense off the field, but we made them earn that drive, and I think other than that drive, we played really good, solid defense, and Coach Tuyaki and the defensive staff made a great adjustment in taking away the strengths of what Portland State was doing, and we kept them pretty one-dimensional, and we were able to get the ball back and keep them off the scoreboard in the second half.
What comes to mind for you when you think about a program like LSU?
Well, they have a lot of tradition, good program. I mean, everything that you can think of, they're up there with all the great schools, So that's about it. And we were just evaluating what we're going to see on the field. I mean, the tradition won't beat you, So the players were focused on the team and the players, and really today trying to correct what we can do better to make sure that we have a better chance of success and a better chance of winning.
When you watch tape of the running back Darius, guys, what stands out to you?
Oh, really good player. I mean, I think he only had because Fournette was hurt last year, so he only had maybe 6 starts. And in the games that he played, I mean, he got I just guess about 1,300 yards rushing or so. So he was dynamic and he could run, and it's a huge it's gonna be a huge task for our guys. But I think Fred and the boys are ready to roll. We'll see what happens with our defensive front, with our linebackers being able to stop the run. we'll prepare for it and we'll see what happens.
After watching the film, did any of your running backs kind of stand out, maybe earn themselves more carries?
Well, I mean, I think the bulk of the carries went to Squally, right, and then Kavika got some, but it wasn't really spread out with the committee like we thought it would be. Whether that was planned or not, I mean, I think it just kind of worked out that way with some of the plays and the drives that we had. But I thought Kavika did really well. You know, he had a really long run called back for a holding penalty and on the receiver, and then he had a touchdown called back on another penalty. So penalties kind of messed up Kavika's stats, but I thought he saw the field. Bless you. I thought he saw the field really well, and you know, he has a unique way of running, a unique running style, but it was really effective, and he did some good things. I thought that you know, with KJ, with the limited reps that he had, and we'll see how it goes from here with Musqually and the rest, but we have a lot of confidence in those guys and what we can do. The key is to be in better situations rather than second and long and things like that from penalties.
Do you expect to see more of Riley Bird against LSU, or is it about the same?
I don't know. I can't predict how many carries everyone's going to have, but if we see something that could be beneficial to our offense, then yeah. So I can't give you a report on every player one by one on what they're going to do and how many plays they're going to have. So we'll see.
Health-wise, how'd you guys come out of the game?
I thought we did well. You know, I thought coming out of the game, I don't think it was other than the bumps and bruises. I don't think it was anything that was too significant.
Do you have any update? You mentioned there was going to be some evaluation heading into this week. Any updates just as
Oh
far
yeah,
as those
so
goes?
we think that I mean we're pretty confident Butch will be ready to go. But the rest of the guys are still evaluating from now on. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say.
Whiteouts.
I probably said too much even with Butch's.
Whiteouts struggle a little bit getting separation. How much do you credit Portland State's corners for that? How much do you maybe say that they just kind of struggle, or maybe you could have helped them to be free with some different schemes that maybe you held back?
Portland State's good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, their corners are really good. I mean, they had guys that played Division I level, you know. So I think they're big and long, but it doesn't. It's easier to cover when you know it's third and long. I mean, when the defense knows it's going to be a passing situation, then it's not really the fault of the receivers that you're in long distance situations, you know. So I think we got to keep it so. Keep people on their heels with whether it's run or pass, but if they know it's a pass, then I think it's easier for people to cover pass, and that's what it comes down to. Our guys went against some really good defensive backs in fall camp, and they got separation. So I'm not concerned about the separation level. I'm concerned about having long distance situations. I just mentioned that we're constantly in third. The average was 3rd and 9. You know, so if it's 3rd and long, I mean, the chance is going to be a pass. It doesn't take a brilliant defensive back to figure out that. Probably should cover this guy, you know. 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, then it's kind of a control down. You don't know what you're going to get. So we got to get 3rd and 3, 3rd and 7. If we get there, then we'll probably see some more separation with the receivers.
Everybody was excited talking about the opportunity for Sitake. Did his performance on Saturday, what did that do in terms of adding to that excitement?
Oh, he played really well. I thought he made some big plays. He wasn't perfect. He left some out there too, you know, but. He's really twitchy. He's got a lot of explosiveness, so that showed up on the field. And we can coach guys like that. You know, he makes big plays, but there's some other things that I think he can do. But we also changed some things up scheme wise. You know, went with a lot of 3-man fronts, and we took him out and played linebacker with him quite a bit. So he probably could have made more plays had we kept the 4-man front going. We just felt like this is a better. For what we were seeing from Portland State during the game, we thought the 3-man front would be a better adjustment, and I thought Tuyaki did a great job making that move, and he and the coaching staff did a good job. Just sacrificed a little bit of Sione's probably pass rushing skills, but he was able to cover quite a bit. And the stuff you don't see in the stats is the stuff that he's taking away a lot of the throws, and he tackled in space really well too. So yeah, but he's definitely one of our best players, and we just need to come along still.
Has Tom or anybody from the administration conferred with you about a possible location where you would prefer? And
no, I mean it's so we've talked quite a bit. I mean I think that once we know, we're going to let everyone know. There's a lot of people that are waiting to see what's going to happen, but until now we don't have any details. We're working with our partners in ESPN with this, and so that's pretty much all I have to report on that.
I just was going to say, I saw in LSU's press conference today they were going to try to have it figured out by tomorrow. Is that the timeline you guys are trying to go with?
this is a different press conference than me.
Right.
I mean, I wish I could say the game is going to be in the Bahamas. That'd be nice, or in Hawaii. That'd be cool. But we can always come back here, Pro Bowl. I don't know. I don't have anything to report other than once we find out. I don't think it's a secret that they want to keep. You know, we want everyone to know, and I'm not really worried about that. Just we're more concerned with the people there in Houston, and then just trying to handle the stuff that we can handle here as a program. So.
Last question.
Coach Orgeron's been around the block and talking to your coaching wise. Do you have any connection to him at all?
Yeah, so Coach Orgeron's so he was at SC, but he's been in different places. When he was the head coach at Ole Miss, he and I connected. I actually was just a nobody coach, and I remember just him taking the time to talk to me. You know, so I've always had that connection with him. He's just a really friendly guy, and always open to talking to you. Didn't care. Never got a big time anyone, and I always appreciate that about him. So good guy, and we'll see what happens. I'll talk to him, you know, pregame and after the game. But really good coach too. He knows his stuff. So I'm honored to go against him and as head coaches in this game.
Thank you.